Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. We are starting another week here, and we've got a lot of stuff to do. Unfortunately, I let a lot of stuff get by me and fall behind. I need to get caught up. One of the things that we're gonna have to do on the new boat, we took it out. I didn't do any filming. You know, I have a couple clips I'll possibly toss in, stuff like that. It was a real quick trip, wasn't really planned out at all, and honest to God, I just forgot the dang GoPro, so it's my own fault. Unfortunately, boat ran great. Like it's still needs its little workouts and stuff like that, but one of the things that we did have a problem with, I knew was gonna be, I'm not gonna say a problem, but I knew there was something there I was gonna have to deal with, is the front thrust bearing in this jet. It was kind of loud when I bought the boat. I changed the bowl bushings just to make sure those were good, but I didn't get around to taking out the motor and changing out that front bearing because you have to pull the motor. We've got 4 days. Today's beginning of the week, and we leave on Friday again. So motor's got to come out, jet's got to get torn apart, new bearing put on, and all reassembled. Hoping that the wear ring and the impeller is okay, and it's just going to be, you know, new bearing and packings, and then hopefully I don't find anything with the motor, you know, out of the funky or out of the ordinary. Another thing we're going to do is we're replacing the steering, because the steering is way stiff. I don't know if it's just because this this nozzle has so much pressure on it. I'm not sure. It's just really stiff. So I'm going to replace the whole thing all the way through and see if that changes anything. But man, we got a lot of stuff to do. Like I said, we got another buddy of ours. We're building a whole bunch of, or modifying a whole bunch of tables, which is kind of stupid, but like, it's not that big of a deal. I'm probably not going to show you guys much of that. But it's just stuff I got to get done. And like I say, we have 4 days to get this thing back together and get ready to go back to the river, because we have SoCal Jet Boat event to go to on the 24th. So again, behind. Stuff keeps breaking. It is what it is. Let's get after it. Well, one of the things I'm looking at right now is I don't see the rubber isolator that goes in here. So let me see if I can hold the flashlight, hold this, and even feel around in here. So there's no rubber isolator on the pump anymore. Now let's go to the inspection hole. Let's go to the inspection hole real quick, see what this thing sounds like. Shut off light. See if oh yeah, definitely doesn't sound good. Not sure the mic will pick this up or not, but alrighty guys, we got the motor pulled. It's sitting here hanging. Kind of disappointed, I'll say. I was hoping these are gonna be like some really high dollar heads, stuff like that, because I couldn't find any name on them. They're pro comps. They're nothing special. You know, they're a decent head. I had that on the Howlet, the first motor I built for the Howlet, not the motor that's in it now. But oh well, it is what it is. The only thing I can hope for is I need to check this motor and make sure it's a full roller, and figure out what type of seat pressure these valve springs are, because that's one of the big problems with pro comp heads, was the valve springs and guides breaking. I'm sorry, not guides, the stud, the rocker stud, whatever you want to call it, breaking off the intake manifold side, because one of the runners, the stud goes into one of the ports. So anyway, it's a little weak spot on these heads. But anyway, I was going around it, looking at it, stuff like that, and I noticed So when they put this thing all back together, they needed a spacer. And instead of making the right spacer, they just put a ball bearing in there. I wonder what that's from. Race car. There's a lot of grease down in here. All the U-joints feel okay, but there's a heck of a lot of grease coming out of here. And like I say, there's not even a rubber. You can see where it's just sitting on the aluminum right here. I don't know if you can see it in there. It's just sitting on the aluminum. That could have been a lot of the vibration noise I was hearing that whole time. No rubber on there at all. Oh, this guy goes on underneath here, so it was just sitting here vibrating this whole time. But let me see the bearing now. Doesn't sound good. Huh. Oh well, it is what it is. Get this thing cleaned up, put back together. Well guys, as you can see, we got the jet torn down this far. Unfortunately, I don't have the impeller socket. It needs a real big, deep 1'13" socket to go on right here. And unfortunately, I don't have that one. But Napa's got one in stock. Cut it in half, extend it, weld it back together, and I got me an impeller socket. So we're gonna run down and get that. Unfortunately, I gotta go get those tables now and start modifying those tables like we were talking about. So I'll show you guys a little bit of that just to show you what I'm doing. It's nothing real special. We're just changing some tables up. So anyway, hopefully the boat's back together soon. We got 4 days, including today. We'll make it happen. Well guys, like I was saying, I'm not going to show too much of modifying these tables or whatnot, but what it is these were the frames that the tables used to have underneath them. Well, they had plywood in here, backside, obviously the top was on it, and then it had doors on the front side right here. We basically got rid of the cabinet and we're basically making an open bottom table. That's pretty much all it is. It's nothing special. So we got to get in here, we got to cut out this guy all the way across, this guy, this comes out, and that comes out, and we replace this with one 1x2 in the middle, and then we piggyback another 1x2 on the side of this angle right here. So it's basically just this runner, that runner, and then one here right here in the center. So nothing major, it's just a quick little mod to open up the tables. Like here's the other ones I did the other day, and that's how much we cut out of them. So I'll give you guys a little glimpse, but other than that, it's nothing special. Alrighty guys, so after those pieces are all cut out and done, trim up a couple pieces like this, a little piece of 1x2 going across. That's the new bottom. This is the new support for this side. Still have the angle to screw the top to. So when this thing's flipped over, you know, obviously the legs down yonder, this whole thing flips over and the top will get screwed back to it. So again, like I say, nothing special, just something, make the tables look a little bit nicer, that's all. Alright guys, we just got all the tables unloaded, all the frames, and this is what they're going to end up looking like. Nothing special, just an upgrade. Make a little bit more knee room. Let's get these tops on, get them done. They're all done, finally. All done, we're out of here. Alrighty guys, sorry about all the noise for the fans, but it is hot in here and I need the fans going. So went down, got me a socket, made me a little extension out of it, and now it is big enough to go on. Let's get this impeller off and see how it looks. Well guys, we got the shaft pulled out, the impeller pulled off, and it doesn't sound too bad. Like, not sure with all the fan noise you can hear it, but I don't think it was the bearing at all. So everything looks decent inside of it. It spins nice. There's no tight spots. I think we're gonna run it, put it back in. When I got the boat, dude said it was only like 3 years old, so, and he didn't have any hours on it. I can't imagine it going bad, and there's plenty of grease coming out of it. Like, I just set the cap down because I just washed off the cap, but when I set it down, like, you can see the pile of grease that came out of it, and that's just what fell on the bench. I had to go like goopy a bunch of other stuff out. I don't know. The only thing I can think of is they didn't put the rubber isolator right here. There's supposed to be like a rubber dealio that goes around this. It's a big thick piece of rubber that when this thing clamps to the back of the motor, it's got an isolator in between this. When I took it apart right now, it was just aluminum on aluminum, you know, like vibrating. So, and that's what holds the whole back of the motor up. That's what aligns the motor, stuff like that. So hopefully I can just put that isolator in there and that'll be a heck of a lot better. So let's see. And then I'm gonna put a new seal in because it was puke and grease everywhere, but that's what we're doing. Alrighty guys, we've only got like 2 more days. The rest of today, tomorrow, and then like we leave the day after that. This bearing I'm gonna use. It seems to be fairly decent. I've had a few people tell me, no problem, just run it. But because I'm already into this thing, motor's already out, this is already disassembled, one of the things you can do to improve the performance of these jets is you add like another impeller right here, and it's actually called an inducer. So it basically shoves more water in the impeller and keeps it loaded all the time. Well, I found one, but it's like a 2.5 hour drive, 2 hour drive, but I can pick it up tonight. It's brand new. And they also have the seal that I need for that front bearing cap to seal this edge right here. Well, wait, no, it'd be up here. It'd be up here. It's actually seals on the yoke. I'm sorry. So that way I can stop pumping grease out of everywhere. I'm hoping that, yeah, it should work. So I'm hoping this bearing stays good, and I'm hoping that seal and that inducer, I'm hoping the inducer really gets this boat up out of the water. And then one of the things after that, at high speed, I'm gonna actually add a loader to it, which is this little grate down here. I'm gonna take that rock grate out, and it has a couple of like little fins that are vertical, and then like a couple scoops. And the purpose is to shove more water in the pump. So that way at a higher speed, not so much, well, higher RPM too, but higher speed mainly, it's still pumping, still shoving water in the pump to pump more water. So, I don't know, let's go for a road trip real quick. Go get this inducer. Well guys, we're back at it today on the boat. We went down yesterday and got all the parts, and unfortunately I forgot the GoPro, so didn't get to film anything on the way there or picking stuff up. But went down to the parts store, we got everything we needed. We got a brand new inducer, all the new parts for it. We got a Teflon seal for the jet, the steering, and then also a new seal for the front cap. And then we also got the rubber liner that instead of this thing rattling around on the aluminum, it now actually has the correct rubber liner. So I'm hoping that's gonna take care of all that really noisy vibration stuff. I did buy a new thrust bearing as well, but it's different than this one. It doesn't have this snap ring, and this one still feels good. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna change it or not. I'm not sure. I'm gonna call the guy I got the bearing from today and find out if this is a necessity or if I can still use that bearing. So I don't know, we'll see what happens. I'll give him a call and find out. But right now we need to get into machining the main shaft right here. So that way the inducer can go on, then the spacer, and then the impeller. Once that's machined and done, it goes back together. So let's get after it. boy. Alrighty guys, well, tried to get it set up in my mill. Got it all set up, tightened down, clamped down, but I don't have collets. I just use my drill bit, my drill chuck. Unfortunately, this thing's bent a little bit, so it wobbles. I don't want this keyway to be screwed up. So we set it up over here in the lathe. And the guy I got the lathe from years ago, he had set up this, made this part, and it was mainly for a boring bar. So like you can set this thing up in it, and then you can bore deep down inside stuff and have it nice and stout. Well, oddly enough, I was sitting here trying to figure out how to clamp this thing down. I pulled the boring bar out, and it's like the exact size that fits the main shaft. So I was able to stick it in here and just tighten down 4 set screws, and now this thing is solid. So I can put the milling bit in here, run it into the side, and then mill it forward and backward to get my keyway. See if it works. So guys, as you can see, it worked out pretty well. I've seen my buddies do this before, and I've never done this way, using the head of the lathe as a milling head and then using the X and Y on the table as your, well, I guess it's still your X and Y, it's just different, whatever. But yeah, we got that thing cut nice and perfect. I can't believe it came out that good, to be honest with you. Like, throw a keyway in here right quick. Stay there, don't fall out. And we can throw the impeller on. Nice and tight. You know, just slides right down. Came out freaking perfect. So now, like I say, we'll deburr that real quick and get this jet back together. Get the boat back together, get the motor back in, and let's go to the river. Alrighty guys, we got the shaft put back in. Let's go ahead, stick on the inducer, sleeve, impeller, get it all tightened down, and start putting the bowl back together. Alright guys, motor's going back in right now. Wow guys, the 3-point mount in this thing, it'd be a lot better if like there was some access holes to like grab a hold of the yoke and be able to align it on the splines, but it's fully encased inside that little guy. And the only hole you have is that hole right there. It's, I'm not gonna say it's impossible because obviously we just did it, but like they could have made that a whole lot easier, like with some type of alignment tool, shaft, whatever, sleeve. Aye, aye, aye. Now, I will say this much. With these batteries here, stuff like that, with the seat still in, and I'm a big boy. I'm not small at all, and something needs to be rectified here pretty soon, but it's a pain in the butt to move around this freaking engine compartment. All the water hoses for the headers on this side are like right in the way to get your hand back around there to get the nuts on the back of the motorboat, the motor mounts on the inside of the stringers. Aye, 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 what a pain. But hey, motor's back in. Shortly we'll have this whole thing put back together. Woo! Well guys, it's morning time. It's the day we leave. Got to put the engine cover back on like we were talking about yesterday, and a little surround, and we're done. We're out of here. So let's get after it. Well, guys, it's simple as that. Didn't take too much. Go ahead and get this the back hinges tightened up real quick and get it outside and get this thing loaded up and get it washed. My gosh, there's a lot of dirt in this thing, and dust and filth and yuck and everything. Gotta get on the road. Let's go. Well, guys, we got the boat swapped out right quick, but one of the things I had to go deal with, I had some neighbors showing up. Their neighbors sold their house, or selling their house. Again, sorry about the wind, guys. They have a tree that is now like leaning more and more and more. There's a huge crack in it. So the people just showed up to say they're gonna be here in the morning to cut this thing down. But like this whole branch right here, the trunk is probably, gosh, it's probably 15 to 18 inches in diameter. And it's leaning pretty bad. There's also a huge crack in it. I'll show you guys right now. But wow, it's amazing how much this thing is still held up, but not broke off yet. A huge crack right there. You can watch it flex just right now. Huge crack on this thing. Yeah, so anyway, I gotta move my trailer. They're gonna be here first thing in the morning to cut that whole branch down. So hopefully by the time we get back from the river, it'll be gone. Just the one branch though, they're not cutting the whole tree down, just the one branch. So, I don't know, let's get the trailer moved now.
Unlock prismatic all access.
Aye, aye, aye.
5 lucky winners will score the ultimate Miami experience with hundreds of crazy prizes.
Oh my God, this is a joke. It's all tied down, that's all done. Alrighty guys, let's get on the freeway. Let's get going, get to the river. Spun all the way around up on the hill. Wow. It wasn't a bad drive. 2.5 hours or so, 3 hours. Pretty good. Over here, let's get our stuff together, get over to the boat parking area. Let's have a beer. He said, "You're a cowboy. Do what you want."
Hey, you want to take the rag out?
Yeah, the rag's gotta come out first.
I was just priming it. Hey.
I hear
That's all
him.
she's got. That's all she's got. Battery's good. You asked if the battery was good.
Wait a second. You're playing my own words against me now.
Hey.
Oh my God.
Hey.
He's playing my own words against me. This is what
You asked
happens.
if the battery was good.
No, I did. And my bad. 100% my bad. Oh my God, dude. That was 100% my bad. I asked if the battery was good. Yes, it did turn the fuel pumps on, and it did. Okay. All right, we got another one's gonna run over here. Hang on. This one's gonna run, right? He said, not everyone. I know you're not starting your shit.
My battery's good.
Is it really?
It is.
Are you sure? I'm not really sure if it's good or not. This is one sexy ass boat. Listen to the cackle in this one. That's awesome. All right, we got to go over here and check out some other boats. All right, who else is starting boats?
I'll fire this thing up and give you a blower one.
All right, I gotta hear it.
Yeah.
Hang on, babe. I'll be right back. We got another one's gonna start up. We gotta have this thing.
Tyler got jealous. I got jealous.
Woo-hoo-hoo, look at this guy. Plugs! Exhaust, plugs!
I asked him about plugs earlier and he goes, well, I don't want to put them in because I will forget about them.
Well, it happens. And now we're here.
Now we're here.
Thank you, brother. Let me get over here. Look at that sexy beast. All right, Mr. Lee, start your boat. I want to hear it run. Wait, how does it run? It runs like that, huh? All right.
See? Water fluid. Get it, Lee, get it.
All right, so all these people thought their shit was badass, right? Like, I installed the keys in the truck. Let's get the key for the boat here. Where did Mama put the key? I don't know where Mama. Oh, I found the key. Here, let's go. Let's see what a day. Let's see what like a day cruiser sounds like, dude. Let's go on back here and let's see what this guy sounds like. Okay, hang on. Let's do the key. Alright. Everybody's starting on these big old $100 boats and stuff like that, dude. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. See, look, like they didn't even got lights, you know what I mean? Like, woohoo! We got lights too. Look at all the lights. We got all kinds of cool shit over here, dude. So this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna unhook the gas pedal so I can like rack it right here. And I'm gonna set it over there so you guys can see it. So here, let's do this. I'm gonna set this guy up right over here. All right. That's all you guys get, dude, because it's not in the water. We don't want nothing to happen to the jet that we just rebuilt, so that's all you guys get. Where are we going?
Go drive.
Come on, let's go drive.
Go drive your boat.
Come on, let's go drive. I think Russell wants to see the lights. I think you should turn the light. I think you should turn the batteries back on. Damn, that a girl.
Yeah, baby.
Russell, come here. Watch it. Ready? Russell.
Whoa. He's like, I touched
Say
the key
shiny. Huh.
Whoa.
I know, huh? I know. Turn. Go left. Holy shit, he knows left.
You went left.
All right, now go right.
Okay, go right. Hard right. Woo! Yeah. Hit the rooster tail. Yeah.
That's cool.
Where'd this guy come from?
Right? You gave us a slap shot, dude.
Bam.
Yeah, fuck that.
Oh, get in there! Get in there, kid! Alrighty guys, well we're here. It's a long night and an early morning, but we got set up, we're here. People are starting to file in, so beach is gonna still start filling up. And hopefully turns out to be a good day. Let's have some fun with some jet boats.